kind of shit.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing.
I can't even tell who's on the damn writing so bad. Better if I was in car.
Are we live on YouTube? Ice bags, that might be the better way for us to watch it, because I can't even read the writing.
Yeah, the names I can't even tell either. No. Because it's your screen.
Yeah, you're the server, man. Yeah, that's what we clicked on, but it's like horrible. Here, I'll take a screenshot and send it to you.
Now, live now, alright, so we're there. I can hear the engines there, but it's still not a very good...
I got you.
Oh, there it goes, now it cleared up. Now I can see all the names.
Are you on YouTube?
Yep.
Yeah, because you can put it on YouTube and then turn the volume down.
Yeah, I can hear the volume, I can hear them talking. Oh yeah, there.
I got
now
you,
I can hear
Frenchie.
myself. I got you.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Yep, that's fine. I'll turn my volume down on the YouTube. There.
Lay down the practice time that you got right there, Sudden. I want to see if what I'm watching is the same as you got. Okay, because I'm showing practice at 3 o'clock now, 2:59, 2:58, 2:57.
No, now what he's trying to say is the practice remaining time. So now I'm 241, 240, 239, 238.
Yep, you and I out of the same ice bags.
YouTube is pretty close. It's actually 30 seconds delayed.
Ice bags, you gonna
You
do
think I'll
practice
make it?
while you're racing?
I don't know, something's going on. He like
What's your name?
backed out
I
of
was.
the update or something.
Oh, okay.
I got in there for a little bit of practice and some laps,
He's in the room here.
just to, you know, else to do, I guess.
Yeah, I got you. This is gonna be a good race.
Yeah, and I'd love to run here more often. Especially in these things, because it takes so much patience to get into, oh, that's not a good picture of Tillman. Oh, man. It's like Goiter Man. Frenchie, that's a nice...
It's too bad your brother's not racing, but fun to have him in here and talk about that Thanksgiving dinner again.
Yeah. Yeah, we always joke around about, you know, what happens at Thanksgiving, but typically it's just him and I drinking excessively. But, yeah, I mean, the bad part is I very seldom have bragging rights over anything at Thanksgiving dinner. But it's a fun joke.
There's connecting.
There's just the three of us tonight?
Yeah.
How long, what time do people in on this? It starts at 5:30, right? Or the practice session starts at 5:30?
It's about an hour and a half race.
I have to duck out. It's 5:30 now. Probably got to duck out at hour and.
Well, if it goes green, we should be good to go.
Otherwise, I'll just. Yeah, I am. Yeah. So I'll just quietly duck out. I'll say Omaha. That'll be my my option out. Omaha.
I was thinking about logging into the actual race itself and watching it from there, but I don't want my name on the screen.
Yeah. I was trying to. You could probably do that through. What is that? When you go in.
Oh, I can watch it. That's right.
Yeah. It's strange. All right, I'll cut some laps early. But once it goes to qualifying, it won't be there. So. Registered, so I'll forfeit out, withdraw.
Hey everybody, welcome to Worn Out Racers tonight. Tonight we're racing the Xfinity cars at Indianapolis, and qualifying is just about to start. Testing out some new stream stuff tonight, so bear with us. If I mess up, it'll be alright. We'll get it back later. And I got in the booth tonight, I got SARS, Jacob Williams, in the booth with me, and we got Ice Bags, aka John Camps. Welcome, guys.
You know, I was sitting there thinking about this Ice Bags, and sudden, you know, this track's really plays into John's hands here. If he would race this race, some long straightaways, you know, he's kind of meant for that.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, thanks for having me. I mean, this is fun. I did get in and make some laps a little bit earlier, and I tell you what, it is going to be a tire management event for sure. I mean, getting into turn 1, very loose and slippery. Turn 3, same thing. And it's all about how you can get through the short chutes, just like, you know, with Indy cars. But with these things being so heavy, it's definitely how you manage your tires getting in through turn 1 and 3. Yeah, it's track's always amazing. I don't care if it's an Indy car or a stock car. It's always.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you on that one, and I also understand here that drafting plays a big role, getting those runs down the straightaways as well too. That drive off is going to be everything.
Yeah, and there's a good and bad with that, right? I mean, good thing is you get a draft so you can kind of lay off the throttle a little bit and kind of save some fuel, but the bad thing is you're going to be entering into the corners a little bit faster than you thought you're going, essentially. It'll be interesting once these guys kind of get through the first couple laps and settle into where they're going to run. Smart guys are going to lay back, in my opinion, and save some tires. But yeah, it is going to be a lot of fun. I think we have somebody else joining us. I thought we were going to have Sheldon join us at some point.
Yeah, he was going to, but his softball game's at 9 o'clock, so he's going to miss tonight.
He on a road rash. I get it.
Yeah.
You know, you can never really tell where his rashes come from, whether it's bowling or from softball, but I think either way he's got raspberries. Or dingleberries, one of the two.
You wanted to do.
Yeah, right.
Oh, babe.
He's running well.
Yeah.
Qualifying airs 53.1. That was, I think, the quickest during testing earlier, and that's a great lap. He's always amazing at how all of a sudden he just throws out a couple extra tenths out of nowhere.
Well, I mean, my prediction tonight's either going to be, I'm going to go with either Bandit or Tim to win this race.
Yeah, I'm sure they've got a ton of practice time on here.
That and Patience is going to be the one that wins this one.
Yeah, usually you never see Bandit qualify that good out of Patience track, though, right? Because he wants to kind of lay back and play that game.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, we got some swingers in here. I'm not for sure.
Let's not talk about that.
Well, you know what I meant. We got some good guys in here. In this place here, I mean, a caution can happen because they're going to be running too wide here, I think.
Yeah, too wide is aggressive here. If you're going into the short shoot too wide, it's a recipe for a caution flag, like you're saying. Hey, so who won last night? Villeneuve won last night, correct?
Correct.
So they were talking during the practice session about let's see if Villeneuve can double up.
Time's
up. Man, that would be impressive if he can.
Yeah, this league here, it's just real hard to do a double up win here. You do a double up win, you really did your homework, especially on the tracks and the competition. This competition is so close in this league. It's impressive. That's why I love it.
Yeah. It is for sure, and there's such a diverse group of people from backgrounds of different types of motorsports, actual and PR stuff. So it's nice to see that not one guy's always running away with it, right?
Yeah, 100% agree with you on that one.
Yeah, Ethan does. I think Ethan's going to have a good night.
Ethan was having a great night last night as well.
Yeah. Yep. I wasn't.
You want to go ahead and ice bags and give us the top 10 and I'll get the rest?
Perfect. Top 10, we got Ayers. Number 4 is going to be in second place, Lewis. I think we're going to have to watch him, though, because from what I understood through practice, he's a little bit DUI already. So he said he might be parking it early, whether it's by choice or not. Number 3 is Than. Number 4, Mr. Villeneuve, looking for that double up after winning last night. We have Izzo in 5th place. Steve up there, number 6. That should be a good result for him. I know he's happy with that. Bandit's probably going to hang around for a little while. We're going to see how long it takes him to kind of work his way to the back and play that patience game. Hound Dog's number 8. Frenchie, always a threat to go on a very long fuel stint and wear those tires out. And Tim's going to be number 10.
Rounding off into 11th, we have Trotter. And Trotter's been getting a lot better here at these oval tracks. In number 12th, we have James John. 13th, Andy. Andy's always a guy that, I've seen him at Dover a couple weeks ago, played the fuel strategy and was up in the front. Curious to see if he can make that happen again. Glenn Jameson's going to round off in 14th. In 15th, we have Eric Cannon. In 16th, we're going to have the running order of E-Racer. 17th, James Barber, Ice Bags, and then Chris Prayers, Alton, Tom Marshall, and Jimbo finishing off here.
One thing that kind of stuck out to me looking at that is obviously I'm not in there. I was just in there practicing earlier, but there's several guys after the 14th spot that did not get a time recorded, whether that's on purpose and just kind of wanted to stick around and watch everybody else practice and take their lines, or maybe they brushed the wall. So that should be interesting. Guys that are normally pretty quick towards the back of the pack.
Yeah, I had to redo the lineup here, had it all backwards. I'm looking at the last lineup now with E-Racer and Ice Bags. Those two guys can hook up here and they can move their way to the front. Why am I saying Ice Bags? That's you. You got me all thrown off here.
I'm good, but not that good.
For some reason, I'm talking to you on here. I'm like, oh yeah, he's in the race. I'm going
to start talking about myself in the third person here in a second. Like Carl Malone.
Looks like the pace car's off, guys, and James Ayers going to bring them to the green flag. See what they got tonight, boys. Pace car's out.
Right, let's see how this
Green
goes.
flag.
Green.
James has got a good nice start here on the inside. Tim's kind of getting a run here on the outside. He might back off. James has got a nice clean start here. We're side by side with Tommy D and Tim. I'm curious to see if Tim's going to let him go and he's going to fall back in line here on the straightaway.
That's actually, I think, Lewis. Tommy D's not running tonight, so his car looks the same.
Ah, okay. Thank you for the change
That's
up there.
rule thing in the 60 car. Rule moves up to second, Mark Villeneuve third, Tim Lewis fourth, Snooky is fifth, and the Bead is sixth, and Bandit seventh, Hound Dog eighth, Slick Rick ninth, and Frenchie 10th.
Man, I tell you what, I know these guys did not want to see Villeneuve this high up this early in the race.
No.
Bad news for all these guys.
Yeah, Mark always knows how to save tires. That's like the big key thing with Mark.
A little loose right there, coming off, what was that, one? Bandit hanging in there, kind of just biding his time. Making sure he doesn't overcook his tires. But they're definitely not taking it easy on entry. They're driving down in there pretty aggressively, even through the short chute right there.
Yep.
But Beeve on the gas pretty decently through the short chute. Yep, we got 2 wide going into the back, into 3 back there. Who's that? Looked like Villeneuve and Lewis. Beeve right on their tail.
I lost him.
These guys are behaving pretty good tonight. That's
unusual.
it is, especially a track this difficult. You know what I mean? It takes a lot of patience for sure, and it's really easy to heat your tires up. And these guys, although they're running pretty fast of a pace, it doesn't look like they're really using up their tire trying to force an issue with position.
Yep, now that we're single file here, we're going to get a lot of good green laps rain here. Hopefully no one has any issues.
Yeah, the dreaded net code.
Oh, I hate that net code.
Let's go back here towards 19th and look at Chris and see what he's doing. And where's the E-Racer at?
Yeah, let's take a look. I saw he's out. Is that correct?
Yeah, he's not in.
Must have run out of gas money. He didn't pay his gas bill for the evening.
That's funny. Oh.
James has worked himself up to a second .3 lead here now.
Yeah, that's demoralizing after a while. When you're running around and you think you're hustling, you look up there and you see those guys checking out on you, like, geez, what do I got to do?
Well, that's a good question. I'd like to know, did you prefer, the clean air going to the turns, or did you like the dirty air? Did it help rotate the car, like when you were out there practicing earlier?
That's a really good question. So for me, I was trying to get into the corner a little bit easier, so I was rolling out of the throttle a little bit earlier. So I was braking that air. I was coming in underneath them early and trying to get back onto the throttle through a short chute because I had my entry speed lower. I was able to get on the throttle a little bit earlier and make up some good ground. But once you get into the short chute, you really don't. You've knocked down enough speed to where the car handles decently going, the corner exiting the short chute. I felt the car rotated through the center a little bit better in dirty air. I was able to get it to actually, rotate and use the brake to set the car a little bit more consistently.
That's funny because I do that all the time when I'm in dirty air. I use the brake a lot more than when I'm in clean.
Yeah, exactly, and it'll help you out on tire wear some too. Because you're not going in there on the right front so aggressively.
Bandit's back here making a pass.
Yep. That clean too. Shocker. he's got it down on the white line, below the white line. That's the car's handling well if you can keep it down there, below the corner, below the white line.
That's another thing. If we do, long green flag run, what was the, man, I can't say flag to save my life tonight, but,
yeah, like the PR police are walking up. With contact. So who is that nice little forceful pass right there? Is that Tillman?
Slick Rick and the Hound Dog.
Slick Rick and Hound Dog pushing the issue a little bit early. Was turn 3 or 1 and 2.
Yeah, I'm sitting here watching it, man. That side-by-side's killing their run.
Yeah, exactly. Letting those guys get away. If I was one of those two guys, I'd just roll out of the throttle and give it up. Because all you're doing is burn your tires up and...
Yeah, it looks like Hound Dog's... Yep, looks like Hound Dog's gonna let him go.
That's the long play, it seems like.
Well, that's another thing I wanted to ask you guys' opinion. In a long race like this, would it be better to tuck in behind somebody and just kind of ride and save fuel? And would you be able to save enough fuel to make a difference?
Really kind of depends, in my own opinion, it depends on what your tire cycle is going to be, right? I mean, you only save so much fuel. You can save all the fuel you want, but if your tires go away, then you're just strapped to what the tire cycle is.
Well, when you were running, what was the tire cycle?
I didn't get enough laps in to check out my tire wear, but I mean, I definitely think there's going to be a big difference from the guys that are pushing it running up front to the guys that are going to be, maybe playing a little bit smarter tire thing.
Yeah, I can see the tire strategy and fuel strategy playing into this. I mean, if it's me and I can't beat James, I want to out-strategize him. So I would be thinking, riding behind somebody that's running good lap times and it's real consistent, somebody like Mark, just riding behind him and saving fuel and saving tires, and then trying to get those extra couple laps. So when I come in and get fresh tires, I got a better set than the guys in front of me.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's some settings on the car in the game that you can use to kind of change the way that your tire lives. Yeah, you're right. But I've found that's been my recent thing that's really made the difference for me is working with a couple of guys who've been around the racing stuff for a long time. They figured out what settings to use to help not overcook your tires, not overuse your tires. Doesn't mean I won't.
Yeah, but you're learning, and that's the biggest thing about this league is that you got great competition, and it allows you to try those different things and see what the outcome's going to be, and you're just growing and adapting here.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's little nuances with every setup, and with race here with worn-out races, it's always a fixed setup, and you can not a complete fixed setup. You can adapt and change all things, but you really can't change the bigger things like weight distribution or load or anything like that. So it's kind of a double-edged sword or a knife that's cool and bad at the same time. It's bad because if you're inside that setup, you're screwed. But the other thing is so is everybody else.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean, I love it because you're driving, you're racing a driver. You're not racing the car as much. But you won't believe the difference. You're right, between the steering ratio, the brake ballast, and how you're using your brakes. All that's a play, and James has always been really good at that. Tim's really great at that, and as you can tell, Mark as well. So yeah, they've been like the pioneers of this.
Yeah. Hey, can we rotate through like the back quarter of the field back here and kind of watch some of the stuff we've got going on back there?
Yeah. Who you want to take? No, Matt Miller.
Anybody make
Matt
a move
Miller.
on that?
Glenn Jameson. Glenn, he runs in the back, and you watch him when we get towards the end of the race. He'll make his move up front.
There's about 4 or 5 cars up ahead of them there. Look like they were kind of going too wide into the corner. Right in there, that little group looked like they were pretty racy. Uh-oh, okay. But it's funny how you see different guys come in different angles, right? And Hound Dog went in there like a real late entry, able to drive off the bottom of the corner, or the lower part of the corner. Had good run down there, and then flipped it up on him coming off two. But here we go. Looks like he's gonna try and make a pass. And get some from there.
This Trotter in the 010 car. Takes it up high, goes around the beam.
Huh. Will just made a pass for second place over Tim. Yeah, I'm just looking at the lap times here, gentlemen, and James is running about a half a second faster than the guy over second and third.
How does he do that?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's still 4.5 seconds ahead of
On Marshall and Alton.
Richie's another guy that'll sneak up on you, playing the long game.
How you like Frenchie's picture?
So awesome. I don't even know what you guys have for mine, but I'm sure
I
it's
got
good.
one, believe me. No, I ain't got one. You got to send me one.
All right, maybe I will, maybe I won't. Of course I will. 'Cause otherwise, it's gonna be ugly.
Hey, I can go on your Facebook page.
Try pretty hard not to let my stupidity go in public. They were just checked out, driving his own game.
Yeah, he's about 4/10 faster than everybody else in the field.
Yeah. Picking and choosing. That's how to do it with. Like, I found, I was surprised at how early you can roll out of the throttle, kind of coast in to the middle down there, and if you can kind of run down to where the rumpets or the FIA ends up, go back to the throttle right at the end of the rumple strips or the end of the FIA curving in the bottom, let it drive straight off of there. It came to me really happy, and it didn't seem like.
Yeah, I noticed that last night running the trucks at Pocono. You know, if you could let off after the tires got worn, you know, they would drive it in real deep, burn up that right front, and I was using that right rear to come off, and you could get one heck of a drive coming off.
Yeah.
Especially down that long straightaway.
Go face. This is probably a good a time as any is to talk about beef jerky and limited products. James said. Yeah, it's cool to talk to Tommy when we're not in the game and talk to about, you know, what they're going through with their services and price of what beef costs them to make the product and how much actual labor him and his wife actually put into the company. Definitely a labor of love, and working with Tommy over the years and knowing Tommy for as long as I have through drag racing. It's cool to see guys be as passionate about something as they were with drag racing, and is you know, hopefully as successful with Beef Jerky Limited as he was in drag racing.
What did Tommy do in drag racing there, John?
He was an overall badass. He was a crew chief. He was a crew guy when I first met him. Way back when he was working with Colettas a long time ago, and then went to work with Don Perdome as a crew guy on the Miller Light Dragster, I believe, and then went to work when Snake added the second funny car, the Skull funny car. Worked for the blue team there. My brother drove in the Skull car with one. We go back to Coletta. He's worked with several other guys. You know, Bob Gilbertson, he learned a lot when he was working for Bob. He was Bob's crew chief, and Bob really kind of gave him the opportunity to kind of test his theory clutch management and RPM versus clutch pressures and all kinds of different things. That really gave him a chance to figure out what his niche. I went to Coletta's and worked with them for a long time. Won championship with Don Schumacher Racing. That for a long time. He had the national record and the ET record, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So be able to be a crew chief on funny car is no small matter. I mean, it's funny, the guys used to joke around amongst all the crew chiefs, crew chief for a dragster and a crew chief for a funny car is go ahead and throw the blower off in the drag so you don't have to worry about putting it in the guy's lap. The guys really got efficient with what they did as being a funny car crew chief, because if you blow that thing up, you're throwing everything in the driver's lap. So.
Right with Bandit here a minute.
Yeah, Icebags, you want to give us a lowdown here about how he's getting around that track?
Yeah, so looking got into down to decent. I can't hear the throttle application, but he's not using a lot of steering, which is good. Let it float off nice and straight. So you get to the throttle early. The good thing about coming off of these corners is once you get down there and coast in early, you can let the car drive straight out, right, off the corner. And by doing that, you're not binding the thing up and wearing that right front as you're coming off a corner. You guys keep it straight right there as quick as you can, gets to the wheel to the straight mark, not overturning. So you kind of lets the rear of the car come around and steer with the rear end a little bit. You let it get that drive off there. Yep. The good thing about that a little bit is once you kind of can do that summit, you can hear the rear end, the tires do slip a little bit. You're not going to wear your rear tires just by spinning a little bit. The good thing is it keeps the RPM up. A good run down the straightaway.
Oh, we got a little loose there now.
Does let the throttle, let the rear of the car come out, nice and straight.
Let's do an in-car with James and see what that means really good.
Yeah, I was gonna do that. Let's compare James.
He's screaming the whole way. See how there you go. See, he let the counter steer real early right there. So you get the throttle early, right, and let the car come out, and the RPMs come up. So when you look at the next time when the counter steer, RPMs are up, so it'll drive straight off. Down the bottom right there, sets back the throttle aggressively. See how he's already counter steering? Yeah, exactly. Kind of what I was trying to talk about. Like you roll the throttle early, you get the rear of the car come out, and you're steering, counter steering coming off, and you're letting the engine kind of bring itself up and get a run down the straightaway.
It's impressive. He got over a 7-second gap here. We went in 20-some laps.
Yeah, so he's kind of just cruising in on entry and letting the car float out nice and early, getting to the throttle and getting the rear of the car starting to set out a little bit. Boom, see how he's counter steering out? That's perfect. Otherwise, he's counter steering, which means he's not putting all that excessive weight on the right front and burning up that right front.
Which is keeping his momentum up as well.
Exactly. Yeah, that's around Indianapolis, at least with the Indy cars, they say loose is fast, right? But the problem with that is it can and sometimes does bite you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
you get those tires too hot and too loose, it'll just slide up to the wall and that's it. It's game.
Guarantee that he's going to be able to run an extra couple laps on tires.
I think they're starting to make fuel stops here.
Should be getting close.
I would think maybe around 30 laps is what I kind of figured.
I tell you, I got a really good lesson at this track from an F1 driver, Scott McLaughlin. I went and set his rig up, and I was having
He's an IndyCar guy, isn't he?
Yeah. And he drives for Penske, and I said, man, can you show me something? I said, I'm having trouble just past the start-finish line, getting through that little curve right there. And he showed me how to get through it, so
I tell you what,
a really good lesson from me.
when I was back in Indianapolis, and back there to race USAC midgets and stuff, I got a chance to meet a lot of guys that were some pretty fast guys around the Indianapolis 500, and to show you the type of focus and what these guys go throughout the course of. But hang on one second, you guys get to talk.
Yeah, and that's something, a lot of these people don't realize that here in one out, there's guys all over. I didn't even know. I've been in the league last 3 years, and I just know them as them. I didn't know that they were these people I didn't know Tommy D, was drag racing. I didn't know John Capps was until they told me he was the brother of Ron Capps, or you told me that, and then I found out what BC's a drummer.
Yeah, I used to drum for Breaking Benjamin and FPE, right, John?
Yeah, it's just it's funny. Then you get out here and they're super competitive driving a car. Just goes to show that just because your craft and how you make a living is not the same one, and you just got great skills to run these cars.
Well, I bet you didn't know something else about John either. He's a stunt driver.
What?
Yeah. Tell him, John.
I think John stole the phone.
Yeah, John just stuck.
He just called me and goes, "Hey man, what are you doing talking to me? You're on the broadcast." I'm like, "Okay, Jerky." So yeah, he's going to join us. He's going to jump in and try and join us here in the broadcast booth.
Cool. Okay. Great.
So I heard my name. I didn't hear exactly what it was.
Sarge was talking about the different people we have in here, and he was talking about you. I said, well, I bet you don't know something else about John. I said, he's a stunt driver. He said, oh, really?
Glad you went with that. Yeah. So that's.
You ever seen Ford versus Ferrari there, Sarge?
Yeah, Days of Thunder used to be my favorite movie until that came out, and that's it. It was my favorite movie.
John's in that movie.
Yeah. Yep. I was on the stunt driving team for Ford Ferrari, so that was a really fun project to be involved with.
That's got to be awesome.
Yeah, we had a good time.
So I take it you got to meet Christian Bale?
Yeah, really cool guy. Had no idea he was as English as he actually is.
Really?
Man, I had no idea that he actually his accent. He is not quite Cockney, but he's very, very English.
Well, he played the role and perfect for this.
Oh yeah, he did a hell of a job, and it was fun working with him. One of the cool things is we got a chance to work with him ahead of time. My buddy Tony Hunt, who's an open wheel racer, 7-time back sprint car champion, was his stunt double, and we got a chance to work with him a little bit at Willow Springs and some spec Miatas for the cars, and so he's got a motorcycle that he used to take up to Willow. Got some action going on here, but guys set up 4 cars going, trying to see if they can figure it out, coming out of 2 there. But he was really good with the Miata there at Willow, and he was hustling around when first couple days we were there, whenever we were not shooting, jump in and do a lead follow with a couple of the drivers just to kind of get an idea. So when the camera was on him, even though he wasn't driving, we were towing him, right? He would have an idea of where he should be looking and what the hands should be doing. And so everything he wanted to have caught on with what it was actually supposed to be doing as a driver. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, we had a good time. Really good time with that show. Crazy stuff that we did when we were back in Savannah, Georgia. There's a little Indy lights track they made in Savannah.
Oh, slicks in the wall. Are you talking about the track there on in the island off of Savannah?
Yep.
Yeah, I was stationed down there at Fort Stewart, and I went there for their.
They have a golf course right there too.
Correct. Yeah.
That was a really fun time. We did most of the Le Mans track itself was actually there, between there and we went out in the middle of nowhere, Statesville, and that was what we used in Statesville. We used a open highway through homes for the West on Straight which they hated us. We had a 6-mile stretch of road, and so anytime we were running, they had sheriffs at each one of the driveways, so they couldn't leave their home. We start shooting at 4 o'clock in the afternoon and get done at 8 o'clock in the morning, and so we drive by and sit there. We see people, throwing things at us and stuff. They really didn't like us. Now we got some pit stops.
I was going to say, we're on pit stops now.
Yeah.
Ayers is still out there just trucking along.
Bandit coming out.
Bandit. One of the first ones into the pits. Interesting.
I think James is going to wait till he gets past that halfway point, which will be a lap 30 before he comes in.
Yeah, that's a good place to start at least, right?
Yeah, because if you can run 30 laps, 31 laps on fuel,
Yeah.
and you're by yourself, you could push it at the end here, especially if you're trying to dig the last 30 laps.
You could see how long Ayers goes, right?
You'll follow Ayers for
Yeah, let's see where he's at. That's going to be the telltale on how much he breaks these guys' backs. Going to be a point here when it comes down to a couple more people pitting. Uh-oh, and Bandit's behind him, right?
Yeah,
Bandit's
Bandit's
a
on
lap
fresh
down.
tires and fuel. I want to see if Bandit can get his lap back here on those fresh tires.
Yeah, right? I'm sure he will. But why push it, right? Because he's got a pit. I would just kind of ride along. If I was Bandit, I'd just ride along behind him.
Well, you also want to get that time you can with those new tires as well.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that. Get the good laps and then just stay in front of him a little bit.
Oh, look at the run Bandit had coming off there, too.
Yeah. Yeah, if you can get your time a little bit there, right? Ayers probably coming into pit, I'd imagine. But yeah, I'd imagine you want to get as much time as you can because that will take up any time you might lose in the pits.
Bandit said, "See ya" with them fresh tires.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But is it going to be enough?
Yeah.
Ayers is checked out. He still is checked out, right? If he can go out there and pick up the pace once Bandit's laps have fallen off.
Correct. But I don't know if Ayers stays out running these slow lap times. He's running 56 seconds that last lap. I don't know if it's enough for Bandit to make up an 8-second gap between him and before pits.
Yeah.
Yep, he's coming in now.
Coming in now.
Lap 31, so he needs at least 30 laps, right? Oh, somebody was parked in the bottom there.
Was
Trying
that
to get into the
slick?
pits.
That was 61. That would have been out.
I'd love to hear his commentary off of that. All right, let's see how much time he's down through the pits here. Pit lane. So tire and fuel, and he
He overshot
he
his
overcooked
pit.
it.
Oh, there.
Oh,
Got
what are you
hurt.
doing? I am going to look forward to making fun of him.
Mm-hmm. Hey, did I say at the beginning strategies what beats James?
Yeah. James beats himself.
That's right.
Yeah.
There went Bandit around him.
Did he?
Yep. All right.
He was a lap down, though.
Will and Tim are coming in. Oh, Will spun it coming in.
Oh!
That was not good. They were running real
so
clean
get
for
outside.
second, for second and third.
Should have said something to me, Mark. You could have
Put it out, that sucks.
scared me going in the corner there.
Man. Brad Lewis, he was saying that we might have to give the number 4 car a try, but I think he's doing good.
call him Excalibur for a reason, man. He's Sword in the Stone. He's just always there, man. Magically always there. Yeah.
Rule just getting in the pits.
Man, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah, our Rule real bad.
Roll and Tim were trying to race when I was watching them. They were trying to race going down into the pit lane, and Roll just locked it up.
All right, so Air just went back to P1, right? And
Yeah, Mark Villeneuve second. Tim Lewis third.
2.6.
I'll give you the inside.
Huh. Good news for others. After pit stops, Bill moves back up to second, Lewis in third, Izzo up into fourth place, Hound Dog almost 6 seconds behind, Castle, Beeve, Rule Fan 23 seconds behind after that self-inflicted wound going into the pits. Where he's going to make a big charge trying to get back up to the top 5. Figure it out. I'm going to send Tommy an invite.
Or pull him up.
Tommy, if you're listening, pay attention.
Tell him to log into
TeamSpeak.
TeamSpeak and I'll pull him in our channel.
Okay, yeah.
You know, after pits, you can definitely tell James made some issues.
You want to talk to James real quick?
Yeah, he's got a 3-second lead. Let's pull him up. Let's see if we can get inside of his head.
User
I'll let-
is moved to your channel.
What's going on, James? Welcome to the box, man. We just
What's up, Sarge?
You guys are, man. You've taken this thing and let it, but then we saw you come into your pit. So what happened? You lose brake pressure or something?
I was too far to the left and didn't realize it. I was scratching my daggum shin. When I looked up, it said too far to the left. So I had to back up and move over.
That's funny.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, even to the best of you.
These balloons are wearing on me. I hope this thing hurry as it's over. I gotta pee.
Gonna have a catheter set up?
I need to. Apparently, I didn't think two of them was going to do that.
It's because it's a sissy drink.
Yeah, you're right. If it
That's
had
your
been the
problem.
whiskey, what I normally drink, or the tequila, wouldn't be doing
Yeah,
that.
we would not have these problems.
You know, enjoying the view up there.
Yeah, man. So I was kind of talking a little bit about how the cars were handling in practice, and I was watching you how you're able to get to the throttle nice and early, and get some counter steer early, and let the and steer straight off, but you let the rear of the car come around and rotate a little bit on exit.
Yeah, they are a little loose. In practice, I was running harder. Was going to run in a race, obviously, and I was getting real bad tire wear. So, trying to work on not wearing that right front out too much this time around, and the right rear. Try not to slide as much, but they are like they're on biased by tires. I don't know. It's a weird feeling though.
It does feel, it's a little bit going in right about middle corner there, but you're able to get some counter steer in, right, which frees up the room so that you're on the throttle, so I mean you're definitely not pushing that right front off.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what I try to do. That's what Tommy and I were talking last night. That's what I was telling him. I try to get in. I got a certain amount of wheel I like to put in, but when I come out, I like to have my wheel at back, my left hand back to say 9 o'clock or 9:30, 10, whatever. You know what I mean? I don't like having wheel in it coming off. If that makes sense.
Well, your 9 o'clock is my 6 o'clock, so.
Here we go.
Yeah, it's my 9 o'clock Eastern time.
Yeah, exactly. So you're coming up on Bandit. So he actually came out. He pitted earlier than you, and tried to make a good run by you early. As soon as he came out, his tires were better than yours. You were still running pretty strong there.
Yeah, who was that?
Bandit, the guy in front of you.
Oh, Bandit, yeah. Well, I'll tell you, I would have pitted earlier, but the other night, I pitted early like that, and that was last week, I guess. And Mark, we ran a caution-free race, and Mark made it on one stop and wore me out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was thinking, maybe I'll try and do that this time around. Just run until I'm about out of gas. So we'll see how it works out.
Hey, Sutton, Tommy's logged in there. You want to make sure he gets that?
Yeah.
Well, it's, like I said, it's glad to see you. Man, you definitely been showing us how fast you've been. It's kind of
Yeah,
jealous.
this track's, man, it's a technical track, man. These corners,
Yeah.
it
Ooh,
may not seem like it, but
Oh.
if you're like, I don't know if you guys are looking at my car, but if you're like up here, like where Bandit's at, you're definitely gonna be faster if you're down, you know,
Right.
a lane or a tire lower. If that makes
For sure.
sense.
Yeah. No, yeah, it does for sure.
And this turn right here is, you really got to turn into this one sooner than what you think you do, so you can get it down.
Yeah, turn 2 is definitely different.
Yeah.
Usually, typically,
Fuck that.
the wind makes a big difference.
Got our first caution the other night.
Yeah, and I don't know
for
what to
Tommy
do.
D to join us.
I think it came from Alton.
What's that?
It came from
For
Alton.
Tommy D to join us.
How can I see the race?
YouTube.
Let's put YouTube on my computer?
Yeah, you can, with the invite that he brought you here, you should be able to see it, no?
Hold on, let me see. Now all of a sudden a whole bunch of stuff came up.
No, we need to bring,
Check it out.
let's see, we should bring Villeneuve.
Try that link right there, Tommy, in the TeamSpeak chat I just put in there.
Let's bring Villeneuve up in here and chat with him and see how he thinks his strategy's going.
Who?
Villeneuve.
Oh, Mark.
Mark. What he thinks of that is odds of doubling
Right
up.
there.
Oh, everybody's going back in.
I would
Power play.
wait to pull him up till he's done with this pit.
Yeah, we'll wait till we can pull everybody up here out of the pit box.
Yeah, plenty of time.
Awesome. I got it now. It's a little blurry, but I got it.
And Mark, we're gonna let you pit, and then we'll talk to you afterwards.
Okay.
So what do we got, a yellow here?
Yeah, the 61 of Alton brought it out, and he was coming into the pits, kind of locked up the brakes and went right back into the track on accident and brought the caution out.
Again? You've done that twice.
I'm sure he's gonna appreciate that.
Me and Alton, we're buds. He yells at me all the time. He does my internet, he does my website stuff. He's a badass website guy.
Ooh, looks like Villeneuve picks up. No, he didn't pick up spot. He's already second. Hey, so Mark, how's your run going?
Well, it's really tight. This car's really tight, so it's really hard for me to drive.
Yeah. What do you think your odds are of the double up?
Oh, 0.
We want to congratulate you on last night's win.
Thank you.
Yeah, Ayers has definitely had something figured out, it seems like, here, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, he takes the flag and he's gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mark is a man of many words.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to pull it out of you.
So Bandit stayed out. Do you think his tires are going to hold up, Mark?
I don't know. Did he pit before the yellow flag? It was
He
last
pitted,
so-
yeah, he pitted 20 laps ago. 25 laps ago.
Oh, I don't think so.
I wouldn't think so either.
Yeah, but while I was coming down here to get in the booth, Bandit pitted, got his lap back before Ayers even pitted. How did Bandit drop 48 seconds behind the leader?
Because he got, I don't know if he got his lap back.
Oh,
He
yeah,
did
he
get his
did.
lap back, but he basically got on the lead lap, and then everybody pitted just now when coming in the booth.
No, then Ayers pitted after Bandit got his lap back. Ayers pitted, missed his pit, had to back up, go forward twice. And somehow he still came out 48 seconds ahead of Bandit. That didn't make... Bandit must have to do a speeding penalty or something?
I don't know, but he
He's
had
fun going in, maybe.
yeah. So let's ask him. Let's, thanks very much, Mark.
Thanks, Mark.
Yeah, let's find out what happened to Bandit, because that wasn't right.
Hey, I just let y'all know I picked Bandit to win this. No, I ain't no suck up. You just know how he is. He likes to steal these races.
I know. I don't think he's got enough Bandit, how we doing?
Doing
You're in
this
the box here.
Hey, what's up, guys?
How's your race
Yo,
going?
Bandit.
Hey, hey.
Hey, we've got a question for you. So, you pitted not nice and well there. We thought you were going to come out and take the lead, but what happened there?
Oh, I locked them up. Came in way too hard. Wasn't paying no attention.
Okay. Dang it.
Trying to get a cigarette lit, you know.
Yeah.
I knew,
That's
something
what
had,
going
I knew
on.
something had to happen for you to be 48 seconds behind James after you pitted.
Yeah, he gave me a 40-second speeding.
And Ayers came in, just so you know, he came in the pits and too far left, had to move around, jockey around a couple different times.
Oh, did he? We was wondering what happened to him.
Yep.
Yep, you'd have had a shot there.
Going to green. All right, have a good race.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
You guys are doing great in this booth there. I was listening to you guys before I came in.
It's fun.
It's great matchup here, you know?
Great in-car stuff, too, to watch out. James somehow has his car loosened up enough that he can counter-steer out of the corners.
Exactly. It frees everything up and it does.
Nobody else is able, but there's something in his setup to do that because everybody else is tight.
Well, you know what he's probably doing is, and I've done this before, I'll run, 14 steering ratio and then run like a -4, -6. So the car's already, on entry, it's already turning. So then I'm counter steering coming off.
Yeah.
Actually, you'd want to be positive for it to already be turning.
Well, I had my setup at 10 and +2. I was able to do basically exactly what he was doing.
Yeah, the other night he was +12.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Right that way.
I'm always negative. I don't go positive.
You're such a negative person.
And what number is that?
I think they call that pessimism.
Don't get me started, Tommy.
Look, it's not even like James is already gone.
Yeah, gone.
Almost
gone.
2 seconds already within like a half a lap. And all the other guys got new tires.
Yeah, but
They ain't got nothing for him.
no, but you got Bandit holding everybody up right there. He's fast enough, but he's still out on 20 lap tires, and all these guys came in.
Yeah, we've got 17 laps to go here.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But it's amazing too because there are a lot of fast drivers in this More Out Racers clan here. I mean, I've raced in a few different leagues, and I have not raced against as good a competition overall as what's in this league.
Bandit driving a 5-wide car.
And James comes in here even with as tough as the competition is, and he makes it look effortless.
That's the movement.
He has his days, though.
Yeah.
Oh, we all do. I like it.
Who was that?
Was that
That was
Jeffrey?
Hound Dog and Bandit.
No caution, huh?
No caution.
There will be.
Bandit will throw one.
Bandit's got no bumper.
I wonder what happened to E-Racer. Must not have filled up his tank.
Yep. He's got no bumper and no tailgate. He's
He's going to be mad. That sucks for him. He was having
pull
such a
back
good race. He's back on, yeah, but he's,
Can you pull back up and ask him?
no, he won't talk to us.
No, he won't talk now.
When he gets mad and sometimes when he gets really serious, like he knows he has a chance to win, he won't talk to anybody. He goes radio silent.
Yeah. That's why I want to do it.
Of course you do. You're such an instigator.
We've got a bunch of stuff going on back. 010 car.
Mr. Castle.
Hey, so let's talk a little bit about Beef Jerky Unlimited. What kind of flavors are we, flavor of the month, anything like that working?
We've talked about doing stuff like that. Obviously with COVID, it kind of it was everything we could do just to stay in business.
Right. You should put out a bat flavored, right, for COVID.
Yeah, I don't think that'll go over very well there, Chachi. But now we're starting to come back into our own. Everything's starting to come back. We're not there yet. Now we're trying to build up, try to replenish some of that. And we lost tons of money. Take personal money out of my retirement to keep the business going. And now we're coming back. So yeah, I mean, I've got some new flavors that nobody really even knows about. I mean, maybe some of my friends do, but there's some that we don't have on the internet yet, and I'm waiting for Washington, D.C. to give me the okay on those flavors, and then I'll put them on the website. But we've got a Korean barbecue that is to die for, a Nashville hot chicken that everybody's going stupid over. I did a lemon pepper chicken that's really selling well.
Lemon pepper chicken. I think I need to order some of that. That sounds really good.
You can't order it yet because it's, like I said, we're still waiting for the ingredient okay from Washington, D.C.
I got you.
And but we have to go through so many hoops to be able to ship the stuff. But yeah, we've got a Nashville hot. That's a new flavor. Lemon pepper, Korean barbecue, pineapple beef.
So what's your number one seller?
My number one seller used to be our cherry maple, but our honey teriyaki has been kind of kicking its butt lately.
Yeah, I like that.
And then I've got a bacon flavored beef that is pretty awesome too.
Bacon flavored beef. Explain that.
Dude, tastes like bacon. It's beef. So, we didn't want to do bacon because here's the thing. Some people do bacon jerky. The problem with bacon jerky is it has so much fat in it that you have to chemicalize it so bad to preserve it.
Down?
Yeah, because otherwise the fat will make it want to go rancid. I don't want to we don't put a lot of chemicals in our jerky. It's pretty much mostly natural. Only preservative is a little bit of sea salt.
Yep.
And then we dry it the proper way. It takes us 7 hours to go through 4 stages of cooking, drying, smoking, and it makes the USDA happy because when our ovens turn on, they know it. They're all hooked up to the cloud, so they know what time we turn the ovens on. Yep, how much moisture content there was what the humidity was in the first stage, what the internal temp of the meat was the second stage. How long we let it in there to dry, and they have to know the whole thing. So we print out records every day, plus they have it on the cloud also.
Pretty intriguing. That's kind of cool.
No, it sucks.
Well, from your standpoint, but from a layman's standpoint.
But as the consumer, it's nice to know that people that are preparing the food's doing it right.
It is, and it makes me feel safer, even though I've got a pretty major insurance policy to cover us. It's nice to know that we know we're doing it right. But then you get other companies, I'm not going to mention their name right now, that actually their jerky's is made actually in South America, and they get around the rules by packaging it here in the United States.
Wow. So what you're saying is you're all American?
Yes, sir. All of our meat is grown up here and slaughtered here and processed in America, and then we cook it. We do everything ourselves. We're a family-owned business. We've got about 7 employees right now. I'd like to get 5 more. We're starting to come up to our busy time. We'll cook. Right now we're at 1,000 pounds a week. We'll be at 1,500 pounds a week in the next 3 weeks.
What is the number you want to be at?
As much as possible.
Yeah, but eventually you don't have the ovens to keep going, right?
Well, that's the whole thing. Is I was going to buy a machine to do all the packaging, take us from 300 packages a day to 300 an hour. And I had a couple wholesalers that were ready to sign. And once I get some big wholesalers, then I get that machine. Then the next thing will be is I'll trade in one of my ovens, and get one that does the job of 3 of them.
Oh, nice.
So then I'll have 5. And I'll be able to do, once I get that other machine that I want to, oven that I want to get, I'll be able to do 1,000 pounds a day.
Oh, wow. Now, 1,000 pounds, is that fresh or is that coming out?
That's
times.
fresh. And then we only get if we do it correctly, we get 48% yield on our jerky, and we only get a 38% yield on our chips.
Oh, nice.
Good racing going right now. Sorry to break that up, but Marshall's having a good run. Jameson in the 7 car, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like the race right now is going to be for second and third, possibly.
Yeah, I mean, they're still 2 seconds apart, but yeah.
James already almost has a 5-second lead again.
Yeah, I'm looking at the lap times here, and it's amazing to see the difference. And it's just crazy how he's almost a half a second faster than everybody else. Well, half a second faster than second and third place. It's crazy.
Right. Bunch of different lines to watch.
You know, he's done this stuff for a long time, and he's figured it out. Like, even when he first came back and started racing with us here a few months ago, he was faster than hell, but he'd wear his tires out. And I was talking to him last night. He said he's learned it from racing with worn-out racers. He's learned how to pay attention to his tires, and he's changed a little bit of his driving style. Kept his speed, but now he's learned how to save his tires.
Yep. I'm looking forward to being able to race a little bit more here. Busy off working, but we'll at least run a couple nights a week.
So, you know, we know James, he's got thousands of laps, man. The guy's just, I mean, I think everybody here, for the most part, is pretty talented drivers in this worn-out racers league. I think a lot of it's just like even stick and ball sports, you know. You got a race that lasts 2 hours or an hour and a half. Can you keep your focus so that you don't mess up on your laps? Keep your run the same lap and your same braking points or your same turn-in points, your same pick up the throttle.
See Jameson can pull this pass off and complete it. Jameson.
Yeah, James.
Car. But he was trying to make a pass.
Which one?
Number 7, Jameson. 9th place.
Yeah, he's moved up to 9th, just like Sudden Death was saying earlier. Watch him, he stays in the back. He'll be up there when it comes down to the end. There he is.
Yep, so he got the pass. He was trying to dog him going into the corner. It looks like that's a little gaggle of cars right there. It's going to be pretty interesting. Right there is at 10, 11, 12.
Yeah, they've had some good racing. That's why I've been following them.
Yep.
Looks like the Beeve and Rule are all gathered together.
Let's go up here and look at Rule. He's worked his way back up after his mishap on pit road.
Yeah, when he's spinning over.
Yeah, on entry.
Rule's a good guy, man. I like racing with him.
Yeah.
Yes, he is. Stand-up dude.
Yeah.
He's another one. He's a man of few words.
Yeah.
Well, I was calling him at the beginning of the race tonight. I thought it was your car. He was running your colors, and I thought it was you. By accident.
You know it wasn't me because he didn't wreck anybody.
Well, there's that. I do like Slick Rick's paint scheme.
Yeah, that new car is sweet. And he just won a race recently. He's been doing great. What was that? He won Phoenix on Friday night.
Yeah, the super late.
Yep, those cars are awesome.
I love those cars.
Here we go, 5 to go. It's James' race to lose, basically.
Never a fun position to be in. I always prefer being somebody, you know, second and third if you think you got a chance to chase him down.
He only drives with one hand, so he's probably got a drink in his other hand. That's uncomfortable. He ain't worried at all.
What's Frenchie doing? Look at Frenchie.
Oh, hit the wall. That was the Beeve.
Well, Frenchie put her right down in there, didn't he?
A little hard on the beef right there.
Yeah, right now this is where the racing is going on right now. Everybody else is single file with gaps between them.
They're trying to catch Trotter, but they can't seem to get up onto his bumper.
Yeah, big drive right there though.
It looks like they drive harder into the corner than him, but it looks like he gets off the corner to have that speed down the straightaway.
Yeah.
Better than those guys. I see that sometimes guys drive it a little bit too deep in, unless you're going to slide job it, especially at a place like Indy or even like last night at Pocono. It's all about your exit speed because you got a long straightaway that if you don't carry that speed, you lose too much time going down the straight.
Yeah, so when I was working at racing schools, one of the biggest things that you always teach everybody is road racing is drag racing connected by corners, right? So you want to maximize your exit speed. Especially at a place like this where you've got this massive straightaway, you want to try and set up your 1 and 2, your turn 1 to get your speed out of turn 2 for the straightaway, and same thing going on for the front straightaway.
I mean, that's what a lot of guys here do that, but that's what really makes James have such awesome lap times is he's able to get the car loose enough so the car is straight aiming at the apex so that when he wants to jump on the throttle, it just comes straight off and carries so much speed down the straightaway.
Yeah. Good go.
3 to go.
Far back is Villeneuve, 6 seconds. Yep. Seconds behind him, we got Lewis. That's for position.
There's two buddies racing for position right there, Izzo and Tim.
Yeah.
Both clean racers. Tim's a Hall of Famer. Won the Jerky championships. Oh, he's got to run.
Man, that's a nice.
There goes Diaz.
Racing now we're in. Nope, he's gonna let him have a choice, but that was a nice pass. Just like we were talking about, being able to get your
get that exit speed exactly.
Put him up here. Got a little entry.
Gonna be a little crossover speed, a little crossover here. No.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right.
Right there.
What happened, Sarge? Did you get in the room too late to be able to run tonight, or you just want to announce?
I like announcing. This is, I love racing. Don't ever take that wrong. But I really love being up here and announcing the race. I got to know a lot of these guys, and I felt like I could bring some energy up here,
Bring it!
I was just thinking to myself, something crazy. I was like, why don't you just put caffeine in beef jerky? And I was like, that ain't going to mix.
Actually, there's a company that tried it a few years ago. I think it was called,
We could do, it's called Perky Jerky.
Perky Jerky, yeah.
You got to be careful. Like the USDA won't allow me to do a lot of stuff, but I can on my wild game. So like chicken, turkey, pork, and beef, the USDA has full control on what I can do. Elk, venison, buffalo, ostrich, rabbit, kangaroo. I can do pretty much what I want. That's FDA.
Can we use like some CBD jerky?
There's your winner, James Ayers.
James Ayers. Imagine that.
Let every lap, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, except for when he was cycling through pits. Bandit, I think
Like,
they had three.
There ain't many of us that could screw up in the pits as bad as he did and still win the race.
Correct.
True.
That tells you how fast he
Hey,
is
let's
right
pull him
there.
up here before we get that up. No?
User was moved to your channel.
Mr. Ayers, congratulations, sir.
Oh, thank you, sir. It means a lot coming from you.
Don't lie.
Oh, yeah, I thought it was your brother for a second.
That's
Great race tonight, James. I'm surprised you were so fast. You didn't have me push you like normal.
I'm glad you'd probably warm tires out if you'd have been in here pushing me like that. I was trying to take it a little easy.
Dude, you were fast, dude. It's crazy how fast you were. I mean, all these guys are awesome, and you just, you really had a handle on tonight. Nice job.
Thanks. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, this track is, I kind of want to say it's a technical track, I mean, you got to hit these corners just right. If you're off just a little bit, I mean, it does slow you down more than you think it does.
Looks like the pits are really technical. You had a little hard time with the pits. Why don't you tell us about that?
Yeah, they are. They're a little narrower than normal, I think. I'm not sure.
Maybe they might be a little slippier than normal, huh?
yeah, especially when you're not paying attention. You look up and it says too far to the left, and I was like, "Dang, how long was I sitting there?"
Hey guys, I got Mark and Snooky down here too. So.
All right, get him.
Mark, how we doing? How about it's a nice run?
Yes, thank you very much. And I think I'd be able to run up front all race, but I did, so I'm happy.
Yeah, that was an impressive race. Unfortunately, you had errors in front of you, even more
I got the
impressive.
screen, guys.
Still a great race, Mark. Great job.
Yeah, I was fading on the first run. I think I overdrove all the corners, so tires went away real fast and went up to 6, I guess. So pit stop strategy helped. Got up to second and held it, so that's good.
I'm glad I followed Mark into the pits. I wasn't going to pit. I was thinking there's going to be another caution.
I shouldn't have said anything.
I actually didn't believe you when you said it. I was like, he's not. If I go in, he's not going in.
Enzo, that was a nice pass you put on old Tim Lewis there. It ain't easy to pass that dude.
I think that was a little bit of a gimme there at the end. I had a little bit better. His car was a little banged up. He was rubbing a wall of it.
Yeah, it was a nice drive off though. You set him up pretty clean. Looked like, from our opinion.
Oh, thank you. It was a fun race. We were surprised. A few cautions, and then everybody seemed to have a good time.
Awesome race, gentlemen. I just got to say that.
Great job on getting in the top 3 there, Enzo.
Thanks,
You're on a nice roll there, man, and clean as usual, man. Watching on TV, nice and stable.
Thank you, buddy. Try my best.
Mark almost pulled a double, man.
Almost.
I was pulling for it.
Well, if things would have changed, James would have been a different story last night.
Yep.
If things were different, I might have passed James for the win. Because right before you self-spun, I'd already knocked 7/10 out of the 2 seconds he was ahead of me on. And he was starting to fade. I don't know if I'd have passed him, but it would have been interesting.
Things were different. I'd be taller.
Oh,
Yeah, I had more hair.
If you're different, I wouldn't be racing with you guys because I'd be rich, bitch.
All right, close the stream out here, guys, and appreciate y'all coming up here to the booth and hanging out with me. I really enjoyed it. Thanks, Ice Bags and Tommy D and Sarge. Y'all do a great job up here. Makes my job a little bit easier. And
we appreciate you, man. Thanks for putting all this together for us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tommy and the Beef Jerky Unlimited people.
Hey, don't forget about Carolina Simworks, man. They're
Just about to
they
say
may
that.
be our Sunday night deal, but hey, man, we're all in this together.
That's right. If we got a lot of people watching, I got a beef jerky commercial I can show y'all if y'all want to see it.
Yeah, let's see it.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's kinda,
Yeah, I wanna see it, yeah.
I need to make you another one.
Yeah, you do.
Garlic done.
Okay, so right there, that's one of my slicers. This is in my packaging room. This is where we take all the actual cooked meat. Then we do our water activity on it, make sure that it's dry enough to be considered beef jerky. That's all where our mail orders are being put together. That's a guy who used to work for me there. Now he's a bartender. But there's all of our pre-bags ready to be, they're labeled, ready for their back label. There's 22,000 labels to go right there.
That was really good.
That's a good thing. Hopefully you run out of them.
Nah, I just keep replenishing them. But yeah,
I'm trying to
hopefully
get out of this room down
need to
here.
buy more. And then over here, I've got a walk-in cooler right there where all of our done meat goes. I've got another walk-in cooler next to it, all our raw meat.
Awesome.
We make small bags out.
That's super clean, man.
Yeah, everything always looks cleaner than it really is on video.
Yeah, but that looks good. I mean, it's
It's disinfected, but I like it to be a little bit nicer. I like to get everything repowder coated and done just someday when we get money.
Right.
Make it really nice, but and that right there, like the amount of meat you see on the shelves, that's pretty low for us. Usually by summer, every rack will be full.
nice.
Now, my question to you is when you're doing your beef jerkies, what part of the cow are you using for your jerky?
Well, you want my top secret? There's a raw meat guy. that right there is a vacuum tumbler. That's just one of the secrets to the whole thing. Is you put your marinade in there, then you put your meat you're gonna actually want to marinate. Pull it under 23 inches of vacuum, then tumble it for 20 minutes. And that's like having it in your refrigerator or a Ziploc bag for 24 hours. You can do it in 20 minutes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it sucks everything into the actual pores of the meat. So when it comes out, like, there's no water left. That we mix everything with water inside that tumbler. The vacuum pulls everything into the meat, so the meat's holding all that water, even extra water, so all the flavors lock inside the meat, so it's not just on the surface of it.
Huh. That's impressive. I didn't know that.
Don't have to have all this meat sitting for 24 hours.
Very cool, gentlemen. Hey, I've got to head out. I've got to go take my wife to dinner for her birthday. So thanks for having me.
We all wish her a happy birthday.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Happy birthday, Mrs.
Tell her happy birthday.
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 Yeah, birthday.
Oh, Lord.
Oh my God.
I need me one of them simulators one of these days.
Come on down, Tommy. We'll hook you up, yeah, I even come put it together for you.
God
That's where
love
the fun
that.
comes together. All right, guys, take care.
I need to make sure I do it in the summer so you can come hang out and have a drink in the pool with me.
That's exactly right. All right, guys.
Two dudes in a pool in the pool. That sounds funny.
I didn't say two dudes. I just said come here with me. I got my whole family here and stuff, man. Why you gotta have your mind in the gutter like that?
I'm just saying, it's the way you said it. Like, you
Come on, Sarge. I know you're in the military and it's a little hard up, but it's all good.
All right, guys. We'll catch y'all later. I'm going to start shutting this stream down.